Hi, welcome back to Vola Tv, and more importantly, welcome back to Vale of Leven Academy. I'm Barry Wright, Deputy Head Teacher at the Academy, and I'm joined today by Matthew Boyle, our Head Teacher. How are you, Matthew?
I'm very good, Barry. It's lovely to be back to school, and nice to be doing our first Vola TV of the final term.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's always so nice to come back in the summer term, isn't it? The sun's shining, you're getting up in the late mornings and what have you.
Yeah, it feels good. There's definitely a hopefulness about the whole country just now, and the sunshine is just a huge part of that.
Yeah, but where it is different this year is that there's going to be a lot going on this term. I know usually there's a lot going on in terms of exams, but but this year a lot going on in school. Teaching and learning continues, and there's going to be a lot of assessments going on during this period. A lot of holistic assessments. So we'll be looking at what students do on a sort of day-to-day basis. But have you got any advice for students about what might be important in terms of making sure that they're getting the best possible chance, especially senior students, in these next couple of months?
Absolutely, and it's advice that any of our regular viewers, parents or students are going to be unsurprised by from you and I.
Yeah.
Attend. That's my advice. Yeah. Attend, because staff are learning a new system of certificating young people, and to do that they need you to be here. If they're gathering evidence about what you can do and what kind of grades your work deserves, then you have to be here to do the work and to give yourself the best chance. So that's my advice: be here. And we've got some quite good news actually on that so far.
We do, yeah. Attendance has been good. I'm really pleased. It's lovely to see so many students coming in the morning, and when we look at the numbers, it's good. So please keep that up. It's the best way for you to achieve. It really is the best way for you to achieve. So as we get into the coming weeks, and we will get a wee bit more tired as we get into term, but it's so important that you're up in the morning, that you're here on time, and that you're giving yourself the best possible chance. So
absolutely,
be on time, do your best. Make sure that you're here every day, and that's really the best advice you can give as a school teacher, isn't it?
We have a fabulous staff here. It's a very professional school. All we need is young people to be here to slot in and get the support that we can give you. So absolutely.
Good. Okay. Well, the timetable for August, because the timetable won't change until August this year, but it's already underway, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. Just this week, our timetabler, and as always, we have an apprentice timetable or two, have locked themselves away and started to construct next year's timetable. A couple of changes to that, of course. Parents should know after really quite a lot of consultation, we're going to have more double periods for our S1s to S3s to minimise movement around the school, but also so that we can start to exercise our muscles in our learning and teaching. We can do more exciting things in classrooms if young people aren't getting their wet duffel coats on and off every 50 minutes and moving around with the 5 minutes that's lost here and there in between classes. So we're going to be doing that, and next year we're also going to be splitting our lunch times because we have a small canteen and it's very, very mobbed, and just to keep this whole calming of the school and make sure that we're all about the learning, we're going to split it into the two sittings, and people will be more likely to get a seat, more likely to get a calm, relaxed lunch, and then be able to get back in to do some top quality learning, keep moving our grades up in the way that we've been doing the last few years.
Absolutely.
So we're really excited about that.
And that won't happen till August, but we'll share all that information with parents and with students in plenty of time before then.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And now that we are back safe, it's still important, isn't it? We know that it looks like we're winning the fight against COVID-19, but we've got to make sure that over the coming months that we're still vigilant. So wearing masks is really important, and we're seeing, I think we're looking at about 900 plus of our pupils, our students rather, every day are coming in wearing masks, and that's terrific. But we've got a few who don't.
But absolutely, in fact, I think our estimates when we discussed it earlier were it's actually close to 1,000 that every day are coming in with a face covering, just as they would if they were going to the supermarket or wherever they're going. Maybe from next week even a shop, and that's just fantastic, because we don't want to be wasting our time, chasing young people to follow government legislation. We need to follow it. We're all following it, and we're awful proud of just how how well as a community you've pulled together and made that happen. We're still having to chase, that little tailor, but it's like 5%.
It's a small outlier.
It's as small as that.
Yeah.
So if you can, and there's a green agenda as well. Today we're recording this on Earth Day.
We are. Yeah.
We really, really resent taking these masks, which are made of plastic fibres inside. A lot of people don't know that they're not paper. They're significantly full of plastic fibres, and young people who are just not being organised are bringing in, are picking up one of these masks a day, sometimes again at lunchtime because they've dropped them or lost them, and of course they're going in the bin, they're going to landfill. It's not ideal. We really are very fond of the idea of getting a couple of cloth masks, cheap ones, don't have to be any fancy, and just wash them in circulation. That seems to be practical.
Absolutely. So we're winning the battle with it. It's looking good. It's nice to see people being organised and coming to school masks,
and they're doing great.
Make sure you're one of those guys. It's so important. And testing kits now as well.
Yeah, well, it's really important that people are aware that we now have testing kits here in the school. There's been some confusion over this, and actually the waters have been muddied by the fact that the government in the UK as well as in Scotland are now saying increasingly, you can get test kits anywhere, and I think people are now a wee bit puzzled about, well, where do I get them, or what happens? For here in the academy, it's very simple. You sign a permission slip which you can get at the office if your child's under 16, if you want them to be tested, and we thoroughly recommend that you do. And if you're over 16, just come and collect a form and sign the permission slip yourself. We've already got a fair number that have done that, and you can grab, as a student here, you can grab 3 of the little boxes at a time, so that you're not back and forward all the time, and twice a week, at a time of your choosing at home. Very simple, very straightforward. We'll do it now. You swab your tonsils. Not fun, we have to admit. You do it, everyone gags a bit when you do it, but that's the world we're in just now. And a wee slide up your nose of the same swab, and then you put it in the little kit, and
shake with solution.
You squeeze out your solution, just dab 2 drips in the little window on the plastic tray they give you, and 30 minutes later you've got your answer, which so far has been clear. But the idea is we really want to make sure if someone does catch the virus at any point, that you've got a good chance of knowing well in advance and not bringing it in and spreading it over a period of a week or so without knowing. So please come and take the test kits. They're not obligatory, you don't have to use them, but we thoroughly recommend them, as the government does as well. Come and get them and use them. Our office is well geared up to support you and give them out to you. Yeah, and
it's all about us looking after one another, isn't it, with test kits, just as it is with face masks.
Absolutely, and our staff are more vulnerable than our students are. Our staff, I know we're paid to do a job, but actually our staff do this job because they love kids, and they want to try and make good lives for people. It'd be really great if young people do the same back and just say, look after some of our older members of staff, by testing if we can. Definitely.
And then I think the final item we've got on today's programme is Chromebooks, and as you know, when lockdown started again, we really made sure that everyone had access to a device at home, because it was essential to undertake your lessons, but we need some of those back now, don't we?
We knew this would be a problem. The scenario you have to understand is that our Chromebooks are all used all the time. They're booked out constantly. There really is almost never a time they're sitting idle. Different departments are desperate to get use of them, and the way that works is that they come out in class sets in a charging trolley. These charging trolleys are a bit of a nightmare, because in the back you've got 20 chargers, 20 sets of cables. If you're anything like me, it just takes 2 charging cables around a socket at home, and I've got an endless mess. And these are the same. They've all been taped, and what would you call these things? These little quick lock cable ties. Full of all of that. And honestly, during the whole lockdown, we were ruthless. We were just going into departments and saying, we're taking that, and we were slicing the cable ties and pulling out all of these things and taking a note of the serial numbers and things and just giving them out. It was a priority. If you needed to have access at home, we were going to do that for you. But again, it's time to help us out now. We've helped you out, and would do it every time. It was so important to get these Chromebooks to you. We now need to get them very quickly back into these trolleys, and it's a lot of work to get them all kitted and fitted back in. And we're the thick end of 100 still short.
That's right.
So
And part of what I was saying earlier in the programme was about the fact that we've got assessments, learning, teaching that's going on between now and the end of June, and Chromebooks actually play a big part in that. We don't have exams this year, we don't have exams, but we do have ongoing assessment, and the Chromebooks really support that. They help youngsters to prepare for those assessments, but they also help them to do a lot of those assessments, so really important. So if you've got one, if you need one still, and there's a couple of little circumstances where that's the case that you've got to have it at home.
Young people, for example, who are doing college courses
all sorts of
and need
things,
to access it, and they've
yeah.
got a genuine need for it. Talk to us, that's fine.
Definitely,
but honestly, we need these back, and we need them. That's basically 4 charging trolleys full. That's 4 areas in the school can have these ready for use if you just get them back to us quickly. So I know it's a bit of a nag, but please, it's really important.
So important.
Thank you very much.
Well, that's all we've got time for this week in Vola TV. Thank you so much for joining us. It's lovely to be back. I really want to say that. It's great to be back here in the summer term and to see a full school again, and for us all to be heading in the same direction. So thanks so much for joining me today, Matthew.
Just a delight. And can I just echo that? We didn't really emphasise that sufficiently at the start. We are so thrilled to have all our students back. It's been a joy to talk to them in the morning and and see them all experiencing something like a young person should experience at this time of the year. I know we've got the masks, I know we've got all sorts of little challenges, but basically we can see the light at the end of the tunnel just now, and it's a lovely feeling. So thank you for all your patience so far.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see you next week. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.